Taking part in the most exciting giveaway ever offered by Zoomers.
Rock Island, you're the talk of the town.
Now, Genesis Today, with your host, Ron Elke.
The Genesis Center for Bariatric Surgery is recognized both as a center of excellence and a Blue Distinction Center for meeting stringent quality standards. Genesis offers two minimally invasive surgical options to help patients lose weight: the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass and the lap band adjustable gastric band. Hear more about Genesis weight loss surgery at www.genesishealth.com/today.
This has been Genesis Today. Genesis, never settle.
Having trouble getting to work after a car accident? One call to Farmers Help Point could fix that. Farmers Help Point. Sanity makes a comeback.
Celebrating the 25th anniversary of America's hottest wheels and vendors at the 25th Annual Rod & Custom Auto, Motorcycle, and Product Show, presented by Sonic, January 25th through the 27th. Don't miss the hot Terminator truck, plus the Dwyer's & Michael's Budweiser Classic Car Calendar. Vendors galore, new and used car parts, tools, collectibles, and much, much more. It's the 25th anniversary celebration of the Rod & Custom Auto, Motorcycle, and Product Show, January 25th through the 27th at the QCCA Expo Center, Rock Island.
Tonight,
I did not want to get her pregnant. He was tricked.
Boston Legal is all new.
You are kidding.
If I were kidding, I'd stand like this.
It's a battle of the sexes.
We were much better off before women got a say.
An all new Boston Legal tonight at 10/9 Central on ABC. Right now,
I feel like abortion is really just shoved under the rug completely.
And that's why tens of thousands of people from all around the world gathered on the National Mall today. This is lawmakers' search for an answer to turn the ailing economy around.
Everybody wants to get something done quickly, but we want to make sure it gets done right.
And this frat house is haunted. Never fear, the amazing Kreskin is here for a trip back 17 years into the past in tonight's RetroActive 8. It's tonight and much more on News Channel 8 at 6:30. Good evening, everyone. Due to federal election law for equal time, TV stations had to pull various movies and TV shows starring Fred Thompson when he announced he was running for president. Well, now they can put those shows and movies back on. Thompson bowed out today following poor finishes in the early primaries and caucuses. Hoping for a win in the first Southern primary, the former Tennessee senator finished third in South Carolina. Several things may have worked against him, including his late entry into the mix and a light campaign schedule. Still, Thompson says he hopes America and the Republican Party benefited from his presidential efforts. Investors have a little whiplash tonight as the downward drop continues on Wall Street and the fear of recession looms overhead. While investors were biting their knuckles, lawmakers in Washington were trying to work out the politics behind an economic stimulus package. ABC's TJ Winnick takes a closer look tonight at the politics behind that package.
Washington may not agree on America's financial forecast.
We have an economy that's sliding toward recession.
They are not forecasting a recession.
But that didn't stop the Federal Reserve. This morning, the central bank slashed a key interest rate by 3/4 of a point, the biggest one-day cut in recent memory.
The world markets are reacting to the situation in the United States. It's important that we have a stimulus package that is timely, that is temporary, and that is targeted.
To that end, congressional leaders met first with Treasury Secretary Paulson and then President Bush to discuss his plan for a $145 billion economic stimulus package.
Everybody wants to get something done quickly, but we want to make sure it gets done right.
While the parties agree on the end result, they differ on the means. Republican Senator Judd Gregg argued against a plan that focuses on tax rebates for consumers.
Maybe it stimulates the Chinese economy, but I'm not so sure it stimulates our economy.
Also on Capitol Hill, the head of the Congressional Budget Office testified that some type of stimulus is essential, that monetary policy like this morning's rate cut isn't fast-acting enough.
The risk of recession is significantly elevated. Monetary policy is acting aggressively to try to counter that. There are, however, lags typically involved in the impact of monetary policy changes on the real economy.
Despite the roller coaster ride on Wall Street today, Peter Orszag also warned Congress not to overreact to short-term movements in the market. TJ Winnick, ABC News, Washington.
Tens of thousands of people gathered on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. today for the annual March for Life. Today is the 35th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the Supreme Court decision which, of course, legalized abortion. Each year, the annual March for Life takes place in Washington, starting on the National Mall and ending at the steps of the Supreme Court.
We're tired of the culture of death in our country, and these kids want to make a difference in their lives. They want to make a difference as adults.
They weren't the only ones in D.C. marking the anniversary today. The National Organization for Women sponsored an abortion rights rally in the front of the Supreme Court. Some startling celebrity news tonight. Actor Heath Ledger is dead. His housekeeper found his body in a Manhattan apartment this afternoon. Reports indicate he was surrounded by sleeping pills. The Australian-born actor was nominated for an Oscar for his role in Brokeback Mountain. He'll appear as the Joker in this year's Batman Begins sequel, The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger was 28 years old. Police, friends, and family are still searching tonight for missing Arkansas mom 1 week now after she disappeared. Bertha Ann Mills didn't make it home from a family trip to Des Moines, Iowa. 15-year-old Jesse Mills says his mom was set to return home from Des Moines last week. Police found her car on the side of the interstate near Normal, Illinois.
When I call her, it says her phone's been shut off. I text her, haven't got no text messages back, and normally when you text her, she'll text you back.
During the trip home last week, Mills' 1989 red Nissan apparently broke down. Police say when they found the car, the license plates had been removed. Convicted terror conspirator Jose Padilla will spend the next 17 years and 4 months in prison. The 37-year-old Muslim convert was sentenced in Miami today. Padilla, a U.S. citizen, was convicted of plotting with al-Qaeda to set off a radioactive dirty bomb in a major U.S. city. Prosecutors sought life in prison. The judge, though, said she was giving Padilla some credit for his lengthy military detention during which he was mistreated and tortured. The Windy City is underwater tonight, or at least part of it is, after a water main break this morning there. It opened up a giant sinkhole on the city's north side. Water gushed from the 36-inch water main that connects 2 pumping stations, flooding the street. City engineers were able to cut off that water just before 7 this morning. They spent the rest of the day filling up the hole and cleaning up that mess. Well, if you cleared your sidewalks and driveway this morning, here's a nice change. They stayed clear today. Chief Meteorologist Neil Castor has more tonight from the Weather Center. Neil, beautiful day out there.
Yeah, a pretty sunny day, that's for sure, after the snowfall which fell last night, about 4.5 inches here locally, and ranges up to quite a bit more, 7, 8 inches even, far north part of the area. Live Doppler radar right now is dry and clean. And the past 8 hours, the view from space showing us plenty of sunshine. One of those days which was deceiving, though, from the inside out. It looked like a great day, but pretty cold afternoon. 12 degrees right now at the Quad City Airport. After a high of 32 at 3 o'clock this morning, we dropped to 6 at 8. What a drop. And in the teens this afternoon. Clear skies early tonight, then clouds late. That 15 is real optimistic, isn't it? Probably about 4 above overnight tonight. And a little snow on the way for tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that in a few minutes, Jason.
Why wouldn't there be snow on the way?
That's right.
All right, thanks, Neil. Well, the weather was likely to blame for at least 2 major accidents on local roads and highways. Those stories top tonight's local headlines at 6:30. One woman is dead, and her husband and a 9-month-old are in serious condition following a crash this morning on I-80. Joshua Miller of Wilton and a coach at Durant was headed eastbound when his car slid and he was hit by a semi. Megan Miller was dead at the scene. Paramedics rushed Joshua Miller and the 9-month-old to the University of Iowa hospitals. 2 men continue to recover this evening following this crash near Walcott on I-80 this morning. One driver headed westbound slid into the median and into oncoming traffic. He hit an 18-year-old, Anthony Garlow, head-on. MedFlight airlifted Garlow to Genesis. He was in stable condition this afternoon. An Aledo woman faces up to 47 years in prison for embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars from a Muscatine company. Sarah Kellett is charged with money laundering, theft, tampering with records, and ongoing criminal conduct. Money came from the company she managed, Staffing Plus, a temp agency based in Muscatine. Testimony started this afternoon in the Rock Island County murder trial of 27-year-old Willie Orr. He's charged with shooting and killing 24-year-old Johnny Duarte during a robbery in Rock Island back in December of 2005. Testimony continues tomorrow. Also in your local news tonight, 3 Burlington men are in jail after police say they tried to rob a cab driver. That happened last night around 9:30 at the intersection of Gunnison and Cleveland Streets. The cab driver is fine. Well, still ahead tonight, it was a fraternity house, a haunted fraternity house. Sounds like a job for the amazing Kreskin.
People fraternity was really pinching me real hard, and I couldn't feel anything.
We are going back in time to 1991 for a haunted visit with John David and the amazing Kreskin in tonight's Retroactive 8. Plus, iPhone gets down to business with a new package your employer might like. We'll have details in tonight's Tech Bites. And rescue crews spend the better part of a day on an icy lake trying to rescue a deer. But first, here's a look back at today in history. You're watching News Channel 8 at 6:30.
News Channel 8 is sponsored in part by Trinity.
We believe Ford is the better choice, so we're out to prove why Ford Edge is so appealing. At just $235 a month, it's the only crossover with an optional panoramic Vista roof, Sync technology, the most horsepower in its class, and Edge delivers up to 24 miles per gallon. Appealing? We're not the only ones who think so. Ford Edge is rated the most appealing midsize multi-activity vehicle by J.D. Power & Associates. Find out for yourself. Lease a new Edge for just $235 a month. Visit a Ford store or go to localfordstores.com.
Create the bathroom of your dreams at Menards. Brown medicine cabinets are a beautiful reflection of you and your bath and are all on sale. These oak and beveled oval styles are just $78.88. This extra large cabinet with glass shelves is $119. All Moen bath faucets are on sale. This Valletta Chrome single handle model is $59. The Monticello Chrome two handle model is $89. Plus there are zero payments and no interest for 6 months when you use your big card.
Save big money at Menards.
The Midwest. This is the life. Fresh air, friendly neighbors, and rich harvest. Really rich harvest. It's Midwest Millions, the new scratch game from the Iowa and Kansas lotteries. You could win up to $50,000 instantly. Or enter your non-winning tickets for 2 second chance drawings, each with a top prize of $500,000. Midwest Millions from the Iowa and Kansas lotteries. What a harvest! Woohoo!
Sample some of the best Mardi Gras cuisine in the Quad Cities during the 5th annual Ragin' Cajun Fest. Fat Tuesday, February 5th at the Thunder Bay Grill in Davenport.
There are 8 great reasons Quad City News viewers are switching to WQAD News Channel 8. Number 1.
Channel 8 News has the most accurate weather. In fact, they put a guarantee on it. Now that's the confidence I trust.
Hey, Quad Cities, have you seen us lately?
Find the best coverage of the Quad Cities on News Channel 8. You're watching News Channel 8 at 6:30 with Jason Fechner and Chief Meteorologist Neil Castor. This is News Channel 8 at 6:30.
It's happening, and you can't hide. There's a move, and we're making it. Moving Quad Cities from the in to the outside. Active activation. Give some motivation. Activate. Activate. Activate.
Unreal. Well, a very early Activate promo there from the late 70s or early 80s. Every Tuesday and Thursday, as you know, we're now taking a step back in time with our new segment, RetroActive 8. Tonight we're going to take you back to 1991. Palmer College students living in one of the fraternity houses claimed it was haunted. The Ghostbusters must have been busy, so they called in one of the most well-known mentalists to assess the situation. WQAD's John David was there to witness this spirited session.
They say strange things happen here. They say a doctor died in this house, and now his spirit haunts the fraternity.
All the brothers that lived here in the past have told stories of waking up in the middle of the night and feeling someone over top of them, and a lot reported strangling.
But what can explain these odd events? Is there a link with logic, or is it something supernatural?
These spooky stories summoned the amazing Kreskin to the site. Kreskin makes no claim to psychic powers, but the veteran mentalist stepped in with a seance.
You're really cold all over. You really feel chilly.
Within the circle of students, strange sensations surfaced.
People told me that he was really pinching me real hard, and I couldn't feel anything at all. I just felt him touch, but I couldn't feel any pain.
Kreskin kept the crowd spellbound, but couldn't conclude that ghosts get room and board here. Rather, he offered insight into what could be.
The one thing we should all realize is, don't anyone out there think that this can't happen to them.
John David, Activate News, Davenport.
Also unreal. We are making these reports from the past available for you to watch on our website 24 hours a day. Just go to the quick word search box at the very top of the homepage at WQAD.com. Enter the quick word 630. You go straight to the 630 page where you'll find all these RetroActivate stories and a whole lot more. Well, coming up, if you want a bigger screen on your cell phone without getting a bigger phone, you might want to think about a folding screen. And Prince Charles pulls a Princess Leia appearing by hologram. It's an extra cool Tech Bites tonight, and it's just ahead. You're watching News Channel 8 at 6:30.
Circa 21 Dinner Playhouse. Grand dining plus great professional entertainment. For couples or family and friends, spend an evening you'll remember at Circa 21. Buddy, the Buddy Holly story is now playing. For more information, go to WQAD.com's TV entertainment channel.
Smoking increases the number of receptors in your brain that thrive on nicotine. Take their supply away, they go mad. Nicoderm CQ weans the beast off gradually and helps give your willpower a fighting chance.
Welcome to Dentistry Unlimited.
Why unlimited?
Because each one of our doctors is a trained professional. So we're equally skilled at providing dental care for our younger clientele and the ones who have more grown-up needs.
So that means
that for everything from dental checkups to restoration and whitening, the only name you need to know is
Dentistry Unlimited.
Oh, right. That includes orthodontic services.
Dentistry Unlimited. The name fits you.
We thought so too. From little techs to golden agers, your smile deserves Dentistry Unlimited. Bettendorf.
Okay, what's a three-letter word for...
Honey, would you run out and get me something crunchy?
Crunchy.
And chewy?
Crunchy and chewy?
And cheesy?
Crunchy, chewy, cheesy. Crunchy, chewy.
And melty.
Give in to your cravings. It's Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch, and it's only around for a limited time. Get yours before they're gone.
Confessions from a Thief.
I'm so obsessed.
And why this gorgeous con artist violated probation.
They said get a job.
I'm too smart for flipping burgers.
New Dr. Phil. Wednesday at 4 on WQAD. Let WQAD.com match you to the candidate that thinks like you do. Go to the America Vote section of WQAD.com. Answer 10 simple questions on the issues, and we'll show you the candidate that matches your answers. Select a candidate with help from WQAD.com.
In tonight's look at the latest in tech, there may now be a way to get your boss to foot the bill for a new iPhone. Not bad. And the holograms of the future are here. Jeremy Hubbard has tonight's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the iPhone is going corporate. If you were looking for an excuse to buy an iPhone, this could be it. AT&T will start offering business plans for the all-in-one phone. That means you may be able to get your company to pick up your monthly bill if they're already paying for your cell service. Business plans generally cost $25 more per month, but AT&T is offering a temporary discount if you sign up by the end of March. The world's first folding cell phone will be in stores later this year. A company called Polymer Vision has developed the Redius. It's part cell phone, part electronic book reader. The so-called electronic paper screen expands to 5 inches, about the size of 2 business cards. Other services include email and high-speed internet. The company didn't say how much the device will cost. Israel has agreed to become a test lab for electric cars. The government is backing a plan to install the world's first electric car network by 2011. A private company says it will build 500,000 recharging stations across the tiny nation. Supporters say it is a big step in the fight against global warming and energy dependency. And Prince Charles is also getting behind some environmentally friendly technology. The prince made a virtual appearance at an energy summit in Abu Dhabi. He delivered a speech as a 3D hologram, sort of like something out of Star Wars. The technology can reduce a person's carbon footprint by eliminating the need to travel to certain places. It is also a cool way to be in 2 places at once. Now, for information on all of these stories, log on to the technology page of abcnews.com. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Jeremy Hubbard.
That 3D hologram thing's nothing new. I've been a 3D hologram all week. I'm sitting at home watching me right now, and what a good show. Well, still to come, the Dow dips below another 1,000-point marker tonight. We'll have the closing numbers from Wall Street. And it didn't do too well in the theater, but The Rock's new family movie could find better success on video. It's new on DVD. But first, business and weather together is next on News Channel 8 at 6:30.
News Channel 8 is sponsored in part by Trinity. The great recipes of Johnny's Italian Steakhouse.
This really makes the dish right here.
Learn how to create these dishes yourself. Watch Cooking with Johnny's Italian Steakhouse. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on News Channel 8.
It's time for family, friends, and the big game. Right now, score a 10-piece super value bucket for just $10.99 at KFC. That's a 10-piece mix of white meat breasts and wings and juicy drumsticks and thighs. The super value bucket, just $10.99. Bring back dinner from KFC.
At your Hy-Vee pharmacy, you can get 400 prescriptions for just $4. That's 400 generic prescriptions for just $4 each. We thought that'd make you smile.
Now, Genesis Today, with your host, Ron Elke.
The Genesis Center for Bariatric Surgery is recognized both as a center of excellence and a Blue Distinction Center for meeting stringent quality standards. Genesis offers 2 minimally invasive surgical options to help patients lose weight: the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass and the lap band adjustable gastric band. Hear more about Genesis weight loss surgery at www.genesishealth.com/today.
This has been Genesis Today. Genesis, never settle.
Get the most for your money. Erickson has the Quad City's best selection of fully reconditioned, pre-owned cars and trucks. All priced below book value. Buy with confidence from Erickson Chevrolet Buick and Milan.
There are so many reasons why Lost is on everyone's top 10 list.
Are we really going home?
Yeah, we're really going home. With episodes to watch in HD streaming on ADC.com, you will know why. And on Thursday, January 31st.
What are you doing?
Same thing I've always done. Surviving. You'll be ready when Lost is found.
Whatever they came for, it isn't us.
Lost, the 2-hour premiere event, Thursday, January 31st on ABC.
News Channel 8 at 6:30 continues with business and weather together. Here's the latest from Wall Street and the Storm Track 8000 weather team.
Stocks dropped again today, but it definitely could have been worse. An emergency interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve gave Wall Street a little rebound after an early decline in trading. Still, the Dow finished below the 12,000 mark after a loss of 128 points. The NASDAQ declined almost 48 points to close at 2,292. And the S&P 500 dropped almost 15 points there, ending at 1,310.5. We'll take whatever we can get. You'll find the closing numbers for stocks of local interest in the ticker at the bottom of your screen. Well, more drops on Wall Street and more snow could soon drop on the Quad Cities. Business and weather together continues now with Chief Meteorologist Neil Castor in the Weather Center. No snow out there today, Neil.
No, that's right. We had sunshine this afternoon, a dry day. Obviously a day with topsy-turvy temperatures. As warm as 32 real early this morning, about 3 a.m., and then really took off downward from there. Live Doppler radar is right tonight. We had sunshine, good part of the day, that's for sure. And if we look at the last 8 hours of weather here, it looks pretty clear through all the Mississippi Valley area. Snow moving out of the picture here a long time ago, and we're clear and dry right now. We'll stay clear and dry through the evening hours tonight. This is a depiction for 8 o'clock and through midnight. A little gray showing up here, representing some high cloud cover, which will move down from the northwest, dealing with our old friend Alberta Clipper, which will drop in from the northern plains here by tomorrow into the Midwest, bringing more clouds here at 6 a.m. The blue represents snow that spreads on southward here as we get to noontime. Not a huge snowmaker. Typically, these weather systems are pretty dry, so a little fluffy snow to come in, especially during the afternoon tomorrow. Midday through the afternoon to evening, we'll see some snow off and on. And again, this should be pretty light, but enough to accumulate a little bit. By midnight tomorrow night, that's out of here. We're clearing out. A breezy, cold evening coming up. We're going to drive some cold air in here for tomorrow night and Thursday. Yeah, another shot of that coming along. So look for some cold weather to follow this little snowmaker, which will maybe yield an inch or so of snow. Right now, our macrocast indicating a little bullseye of 1.5 inches through later tomorrow evening for eastern Iowa, but probably average out anywhere from 3/4 to 1 inch and maybe 1.5 inches in a few spots. At least that's the way it's looking right now. Temperatures this evening in the 10-degree range through the evening hours. By the time we get to midnight, we slip to the single digits. And then with some high clouds coming in, probably just kind of hang there in those single-digit numbers for early tomorrow morning. Ahead of this incoming weather system, temperatures will actually warm up a little bit. Everything's relative. Yeah, maybe upper teens early afternoon tomorrow before it starts to drop back once again. In the evening, we'll see these single-digit numbers coming in here fairly quickly. In fact, we go through those numbers down to 7 below early Thursday, 8 above Thursday afternoon, a little below 0 perhaps Thursday evening, and then rising as we get some warmer air coming in. The advance of warmer air could bring some measurable snow on Friday. That's yet to be determined, but it certainly is a possibility. In the 30s, though, over the weekend, maybe even a little rain by Sunday, Jason.
We'll
so
take 30s
at least
over
something,
20s.
Yeah, something to look forward to there.
Absolutely, Neil. All right, thanks. We'll see you tonight at 10. Well, up next, Jigsaw isn't done yet with his torture games. He's hoping to come home with you in Saw 4. That's new on DVD. And a deer finds itself in need of help after wandering out onto thin ice. It's a slippery rescue effort, and it's next on News Channel 8 at 6:30.
News Channel 8 is sponsored in part by Quad City Area Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Did you notice? Something ultra cool is happening in the laundry aisle. Many of your favorite laundry detergent brands are going ultra. They're now 2 times concentrated, ultra small and ultra powerful. So one small cap can get your whole wash clean. The smaller bottle is handy for you and it uses less plastic, so it's better for the environment. Now that is ultra cool. 2x concentrated detergents. One small cap can get your whole wash clean.
The #1 barrier against insects is now approved for a crop insurance premium discount. YieldGuard Triple Technology. 3 years of comprehensive data from thousands of field trials prove YieldGuard Triple Technology is the proven risk reduction and yield performance to reduce your crop insurance premiums. Ask your agent about the biotech yield endorsement. Available from over 250 seed companies that sell hybrids protected with YieldGuard Triple Technology. Crop insurance premium discounts available only in pilot area of Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana for 2008.
Our children are the future. They mean the world to us, so we need to start thinking of them before they're born. Birth defects are a serious problem. 1 in 33 babies are born with a birth defect, and though not every birth defect can be prevented, you can increase your chances of having a healthy baby. To learn steps you can take to reduce the risk of birth defects, log on to WQAD.com.
Healthy Quad Cities is brought to you by Select Specialty Hospital and Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center.
Share your caring spirit on Super Bowl Sunday. Join Churches United Super Bowl of Caring. On Saturday, February 2nd, students from various high schools and organizations will be collecting at area Fairway stores. Or you can give at your church on Super Bowl Sunday. Every dollar dropped in area soup pots will help stock food pantries right here in the Quad Cities. Churches United Super Bowl of Caring, supported by Fairway, the Quad City Steamwheelers, and News Channel 8.
Tonight at 9, Boston Legal is titled Roe v. Wade, the Musical. Enough said. Then, catch WQAD News Channel 8 at 10. Well, there's a little something for everyone at the video store tonight. Tom White explains in New on DVD.
New on DVD.
It all comes down to this. 3 seconds left.
Welcome to the magical world of ponies.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stars in The Game Plan, his first family-friendly comedy. He plays an NFL quarterback whose daughter he didn't know he had turns up on his doorstep. Extras include bloopers, deleted scenes, a fictitious ESPN biography, and several behind-the-scenes featurettes.
I want to play a game.
Jigsaw is dead, but there's still a Saw 4. This time we learn Jigsaw's origins as he tortures another round of victims with grisly tasks. In the special features section, you'll find commentary, a deleted scene, a video diary, and looks behind the scenes.
That girl is not Kappa material.
I think she's cool and cute.
Sydney White is a modernized Snow White. Amanda Bynes plays Sydney, a college freshman and a rejected sorority pledge. She teams up with 7 dorks to take back the school from the Greek community. Extras include deleted scenes, a gag reel, and several featurettes on the characters. And that's new on DVD this week. For News Channel 8 at 6:30, I'm Tom White.
Thank you, Tom. See you Thursday. Finally tonight, we take you out to a frozen lake in Connecticut to check in on this winter rescue. Emergency crews worked today to free a deer from the icy waters. After several failed attempts, they were finally able to help the deer by steering by following it with a boat. Once on the ice, they were able to pull it to shore. Wonderful to see. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at 10, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
Celebrating the 25th anniversary of America.